Today's session will be the continuation of the previous session, that is data types. The previous session we saw about the data types, the variables, and we also saw some functions in numbers. Today we'll work on strings. String means text, right? So we discussed this as well. That is, if you want to convert a text into some different cases, or if you want to find some characters, or if you want to count the number of characters in the string, or many other functions we can do in the string functions or methods, right? So here, let's scroll down and first see what is the string, and then what we'll do is we'll try to work on some examples. So as I mentioned, string means it's text. That is, it can be alphanumeric as well. So if you want to access these strings, so we saw some examples in the previous session. That is, if you want to extract, then I can use this square brackets, which are called as slicers, which will help me in extracting the data. So quickly we'll just work on this. Say I'll just copy this and I'll put it here. So I have these two strings here which says hello itas and Python program. If you want to access some characters within this, then I can use this slicer. That is, if I go here, say var1, this is nothing but the variable. 0 is nothing but the index. That means I'm trying to access or say extract data from index 0. If I say run this, see, I'll get h. So we know that the access for a string will be starting from 0. Same thing, I can also use some range, that is from index 1 to 5th character. Say from here it will start 0, 1 until 5 characters it will take. Say run this. See, like this. Now, anyways, we have discussed these things. So what we'll do is we'll try to go and see some of the functions. So here we have seen all this yesterday in our previous session. So what we'll do is we'll see how these functions will work. So what I have done, I've created one file here with all the function names and how they actually work. So if you see this, I made it very simple so that you guys will understand easily. So I've classified this such a way that, say, if you want to change the cases, what are the functions I can use? If you want to count, what are the function I can use? So if you want to find what is the function, so I've classified this function so that you guys will be, it will be easy for you guys to work on these functions, also understand this. Right. So we'll go and work one by one. First, let me take one string and we'll put it here. And I'll run this. I've assigned a text or say statement to this str variable, which is a string. Now we'll go and we'll work on one by one with the examples or say formulas. I have a function called as upper, lower, which will help me in converting the text into uppercase or lowercase. Like in Excel, what we have, similarly, we have here uppercase or lowercase. Now let me go here, I'll say print str dot upper open bracket close bracket, like what we do here. See, now if I just run this, I'll get the text whatever is there, that will get converted to uppercase. If you want to convert this into lowercase, say print str dot lower. Now if I run this, see, sorry, here I'll get the lowercase. This will change the cases from uppercase to lowercase. Let's go back. I want to capitalize. Capitalize means you're trying to convert the characters into capital letters, that is first character. That is, let's go here, print str dot, just copy this because if it makes some spelling mistake, it won't work. Capitalize, open bracket, close bracket. Let's run this. See, the first character will become caps. Rest all will become small letters. So whenever you think that you want to make the first character of a statement or a sentence to be caps, then you can use this capitalize. Right. Title. Title case is something very similar to our proper case in Excel. So what this will do, it will convert all the first characters of the word into capital letters. Let's try this. So print str dot title, open bracket, close bracket, say run. See, all the first character of the word will become caps. Next is swap. Swap case, what it will do is, if I have a small letter, it will convert that into capital letter. If I have a capital letter, it will convert that into small letters. If you go and check this in the string, say wherever I have this caps, that will become small letter. Wherever I have this small letter, that will get converted into capital letter. Let's go and check. Say print str dot swap case. Let's run this. See, in this, say I is small letter, here this will become caps. TAS is capital letter, that will become small letter. So whatever characters are there, it will just try to swap. Now let's take this one, which I've used this for title. Then I'll use this str equals, and I'll this one. Now if I convert this into swap case, say copy this and just put it just below that. See here, I will run this. I can see this, the first character becomes small and rest all will become capital letters. So this is actually used for converting the cases. So let's go and see upper, lower, capitalize, title and swap case. Next one is counting and finding the number of characters in a string. Let's say I have one string. Let me take this string. Again, I'll just try to initialize this only. Let's say I want to count the number of characters available. Say for example, I want to find how many times I is repeating. Then I can use this count. Count doesn't mean that it will count the number of total characters in a string. It will just count the number of times a specified character is repeating. So for this, what I'll do, say I want to find I. So I'll give here, say subtext as I. Now I need to count. Count what? This I in this character, means in this statement. Say print str.count. Then I have to specify what is that I'm actually counting. I'll specify this character. Get this one, this variable. Let me run this. See, it is saying 6. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That means I is repeating 6 times. Again, this is case sensitive. See, I'll go and I'll give I, capital I. Let me run this. It is saying 1. That means only once it is repeating. Let's say A, capital A. Run this. See, it is repeating twice. Means I have one A here and one more A here. This is to count the number of times a given character is repeating. Now this is not only for just a single character. We can also use for finding a word as well. Say for example, I'll go here, sub equals, say pest. I'm trying to find how many times this pest is repeating. Say print str dot count, this is sub. Let me run this. It is repeating once. Right. Now we can also specify the count from which position to which position I need to search and get the results. Say for example, here I have this pest. I'll have one more pest here as well. Let me run this now. You have to first execute this so that this will get assigned. Now I'll run this. Here I'll get 2. I can specify the starting position and the ending position of where I'm looking within the string. So I'll go here. Let me take the same function. Here I'll say from 5, or say from somewhere here, we'll just mention some 10, and ending, let's say some 30. Let me run this. See, I'm getting only 1. That means here if you go and see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere from here till 30, I'm just searching only till from here till here. That's all. I'm not taking the entire string. So if I'm not specifying anything here, the parameter, the starting position and the ending position, it will take the entire string. So if you want to find a part of the text, so I can go here, I can mention starting position and the ending position. Say I'll go here, I'll say 3, and here I'll say 10. Let's see within this range do we have best. See, it says 0. That means 0, 1, 2, 3 somewhere here, from here till 10th position somewhere here. I'm just trying to search wherein I'm not getting the required result. Let's go and change this to is and then say run. See, I'm having one is here. So count means it is used to count the number of times a given character or a word is repeated. Right. Next is len. Len is again a very much similar to our Excel formula. This is to find the number of characters in the given string. Let's go here. Take this str equals and just mention ITX. And I'll say print, then I'll say len of here, len of that particular string which I've taken. Say len of str. You have to mention that. Run, getting 4 characters, the number of characters. Let's take this, the entire statement, and I'll put it here. Say print len of str. Run this. See, it's got 47 characters. So it will give me the number of characters. So don't get confused with count and len. Count will count the number of times a character or a word specified is repeating. Len will give me the number of characters in the given string. Right. Next is about finding the position of characters. In Python, we have 2 ways of finding the position. One is from left side, other one is from right side, wherein we don't have this in Excel. Find will find the given character from left side, or find will find from right side. Okay, let's see. Now what I'll do, I'll take 2 strings here. It is again the same string. I want to find this best, the position of this best. So I can specify the whole string, or I can specify from the starting position as well. Like what we did for our count. Same thing, I can use it here also. Let's try to find this best in this particular string. Say print find. Say we'll go here. Say str dot trying to find str. That means in str1, that is the string 1, we're trying to find this best. You can directly specify here, that is not problem also. So what I have done is to make it more easy and understandable, I've just taken it is in a different variable so that I can specify only the variables here. Let's run this. Okay, best is in 12th position. I can specify from which position it has to start searching. Let's go here. Say print str1 str1 dot find. Let's say str2, that is best. I'll mention somewhere 50. Here I have only 47 characters. Let's say from 30. Let's run this and see. See, it is giving me -1. That means it is not found. Let me make it as 10. Run. See, it is finding because 10th position somewhere, it will be there somewhere here, and it is trying to search from here. If I mention it as something above this, that means after this character somewhere the position here, if I'm searching, it will not give me the result because there is no value that is best. That is, there is no text as best. Fine. Next is, we'll see how we can find the same thing from right side. I'll use the same example here. We'll see right side. I'll just take same thing. Just run this. Now here I'll say print tr1 dot, I'll say r find, and we'll take the same string and see what will be the result. Say run. I'm getting the same result, but the search will happen from this side. So to understand more, so what we'll do, we'll take one more text which is little bigger. I'll paste it here. Or we can do something here also. Let's say I'll put one more text here as best. Let me run this. See, here I have two best. One is from the left side, and also I've given one more from right side. Let me run this. Let's take this one. This one first I have to execute. That is, I'm not assigned. Now I'll run this. See, it is giving me this one. Now I've taken one more example here. I'm trying to find is. There is one is from right side, and also I can find one more is here. Let's put this print str1 dot r find, say str. I'm trying to find from right side. Let's put str1 dot find str2. This is find, this is r find. Now I'll just put one text here, say left find, and then right find, so that it will be easy for us to read the result. Say, let me run this. See, left find, this is finding somewhere here, the 5th position. But r find, it is trying to find somewhere this one. So here also I can specify the starting position and the ending position. So if you want to take the values from here till here only I have to search, or from here till here only I have to search, then I can use this starting position and ending position. If a character is not found, or if the word is not found, let's say I'm trying to find something like this. Now if I run this, see, it says -1. -1 means the character which I'm searching, or the word which I'm searching, is not available. Fine. Let's go and see index. Index is again similar to my find. But what index actually will do is, it will give me the same result like what I have this find. But here, if a character is not found, it will throw error. It is exactly like find. But only thing is, if a character is not found, it will throw error. So we have this example here wherein I'm not getting a character, it says -1. We'll see the same example for index as well. I'll take this string, let's put it here, and then we'll say print str1 dot index, and then I'll say str2. This is, I'm not specified any position here. Now I'll run this. I'm getting the result 12. Fine. Now let's go here. I'll try to find a value which is not available, or let me just specify some value here. Say, let's go here. I'll try to find this best. Say index. I'll just try to give comma. after 30th character, 30th position. Let me run this. See, it is throwing error. That means the substring is not found. If I would have used same thing for find, then it will say -1. So we saw this here. Similarly, I have R index as well, wherein it will search from right side. Let me take the same example, put it here, and here I have this R find. So I'll just make it as R index. Let me make it as R index. This is searching from right side. Let me run this. So I'm getting the result. But suppose if I'm trying to search something which is not there, let me run this. See, it will throw error. That means index, whether it is R index or just index, if a character or a word is not found, it will throw error. Otherwise, it will just work exactly like find. The find and index are used to find the position of the given character which you are looking for. Find will not give any errors if it is not found. It will give me -1. But index will give me error if the character or a word is not found. I also have R find and R index, which will search the character or a word from right side. Okay, that is for R find and index. That is index, R index, find, and R find. Right. Next one is padding of the strings. Pad means what? So we are trying to add some characters. So it can be any number of characters, or say it can be any character as well. So for example, when we are actually filling a check or something, we put XX and to follow some standard code for the number of digits to be matched. Suppose if I have 5 characters, if you want to match it for 12 characters, then I'll put say star mark or X to match the 12 characters. Similarly, if you want to pad something, so I have few functions here. So we have ljust, rjust, center, and zfill. Ljust will actually they are used to pad characters in the left side. Rjust is used to pad in the right side. Center means it will align the value center and it will give me left side and right side the number of characters whatever is there. So totally whatever number I'm specifying, that will get aligned. Means it will make the center aligned. Zfill is zero fill. Right. Let's go and take one string. Let's go here. I'll take one string. Say str. We'll take a small string only. Here I'll use this zfill. Say print, and then I'll say str dot ljust open bracket. It lasts for how many characters I need. So here, let me say I want to make it 10 characters, total 10 characters with this star. Means totally I should get this ITS along with that star. The total number of characters should be 10 characters. If I run this, see, I'm getting this ITS along with this I'm getting star. That means 10 minus 4 characters, that will be 6 stars has to come in. Right. Suppose if you want to do the same thing for R, that is R just. Let me just change this to R. Now the total number of characters will be 10, but I'll be having stars right side. That is, the character will move towards my right side, and here I'll get the stars from here. That means it is trying to justify from right side. Same thing if I use center. Center will actually put the characters to the center and the stars towards left side and right side. It will divide. So in this case, I have 6 stars. So what it will do, it will put this name in middle and 3 stars towards my left hand side, 3 stars towards my right hand side. So let me copy this, paste it here. It says center, and then I will execute this. See, so if you think that there are some characters which has to be justified like this, if you want to append something with any characters, I can use this. So I can use any characters here, say slash, run this. See, I'll get this slash. Z fill means it is zero fill. So I can fill the characters with 0. Let's say I'll go here, say print str dot set fill. Now I cannot specify any characters like this because here I'm just saying z fill means 0. That's all. The character is by default it is 0. Let me mention 10 and I'll say run. See, we'll just fill this. Now we cannot use this for right side or left side or whatever. So it will always come with the format like this. If at all I want to do something on this, then I can go here and I can specify the character here like this. Like this you have to do. But in Z fill, it will fill zeros towards my left hand side like this. I can specify the number of characters. Say I want this to be 20. And if I run this, see, it will take 20 characters totally. In that it will take out this character, the string, whatever is there. I have 4 strings here, means 4 characters in the string. The rest all will be zeros. Same applies to other, say, justification as well, that is to pad the strings. When I say pad, that means I'm trying to insert an extra character to match the number of characters I specified. Alright. Next one is to strip. Strip means trim. So in Excel we have this trim. What trim will do? It will remove unwanted spaces, or say it will remove unwanted characters. In this case we'll see how we can remove the characters or the space as well. Let me take one string like this. So I'm not typing it because it will take a lot of time just to type this. I'm just taking this string. Then I'll use this strip. So if you see this strip, this will remove the character specified anywhere. It can be right side or left side. Let's go here. I'll say print str dot strip. Then it will ask for the character. I'll mention it as star. And if I run this, see, it will remove the stars from right side as well as left side. If I mention specifically, say R strip or L strip, that is right strip or say left strip, then it will be like R trim or L trim. Let's go and see. Say I have a string here with some spaces. See, I have some space here. The space is right side as well as left side. Now what I'll do, I'll say print str dot R strip, open bracket. I'll just leave it blank, nothing. I'm not giving anything here. If it is a space, then give nothing, just leave it blank, run this. See, the right side spaces, whatever is there, that will get removed. Let me add print str dot L strip for this. Let me run this. See, the left side space, whatever was there, that will get removed. Let's go here and mention str dot strip. Run this. See, both the side spaces will be removed. I can use this for same string. I'll say print str dot r strip, then I can specify star. This will remove the star from right side. Let's run this. Strip, sorry. See, right side star is removed. Say print str dot l strip, then I can specify character, then the right side and the left side. See here, r strip will remove the right side stars, l strip will remove the left side stars. Strip will remove all the stars in the text. This is for trimming, that is stripping. So whenever you get any data like this, you can go and you can use this l strip. All these functions, whatever I'm teaching you, this can be used in loops or say in more other programming say blocks, but you should know all these functions to utilize that in the programs. So first we'll learn all these things and then we'll see how we can use these functions in the programs, because all these can be used for data modeling or say data cleaning. Okay, so that time I'll just explain you how these functions can be used in the programs to remove the characters and clean the data. Fine, let's go and we'll see maximum and minimum. Here, like in text, what we have in numbers, what we have is maximum and minimum. Here also I can use this maximum and minimum. That means if you want to find what is the maximum character here, what is the minimum character in this say string what we have mentioned. Let's take this again. This will be based on the codes, that is ASCII codes. Say if you want to find the minimum and the maximum, say print max of str. So in this string, whichever is maximum, it will just whichever character is maximum value, that will specify. Say run. See, y is the maximum character. Let me just go and put one z here. Now z should be the maximum character. See, same thing. If I mention minimum, print min of, run this. Here you should be very careful with these functions. See, it is giving me a space. Let me remove this space. So I'll take one more string here without space. I can remove the space here. The space is it's taking as the minimum value because space is considered as the minimum character in this. I just took one more character. I'll just take this minimum, put it here. I'll say run. See, dot is specified as the small number in this. Let me remove this dot and see what I'll get. See, yeah. Let me put a here. It is saying a because the ASCII code whatever is there, it will go first the capital letter and the small letters will come. So there we'll have some codes. So depending on that, I'll get the maximum and minimum. You can also specify word as well for finding the minimum character and maximum character as well. Right. Next one is about split. Split means splitting the say the string what I'm specifying here. Let me take this and I'll paste it here. This is the string. I'll try to split this by space. If you go here, I'll say split the string dot split. This is by space. I'm not specifying anything, so that means it is splitting by space. Like in Excel, we have this text to column where we have this space. Similarly, if I go and run this, see, all the words wherever this space is there, it will get split, and that will get converted into a list like this. Every word here got split based on this space. I can split the string by specific character as well. If you see here, I want to split this by I. Let me mention here, say print str dot split. I'll specifically mention I. So wherever we have I, let's run this. See, wherever it is I here, that will get converted into different elements of the list. I can specify how many columns I need to split. Let's go here, paste it here. I'll say comma 2. Let's run this. See here, first one and the second one. Rest all is coming in one list and one separate element in the list. So here I have this. First one is a separate list. Second one from here till here will become one list. Then after that, everything will become one list. Now let me go here and change this to 4. Run this. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So till wherever that fourth element was there, that I, it will get split like this. So you can take the character and you can split it. So when this can be used, I know the delimiter. Let's say, for example, if I'm not specifying anything here, it is splitting the say string into different elements by space. But what if this was actually split by semicolon or say slash or whatever? Let's say it was like this. Sometimes I get the data like this as well. So in Excel, what we do, we'll go there and we select the delimiter. Say here the delimiter is semicolon. So what we'll do, we'll go here, we'll say print str dot split, and here I'll mention semicolon. Now if I run this, see that will get split by the semicolon. So depending on the character, you have to mention here. This is very important when I'm actually trying to take the complete data from some data source, and if you want to split that into different list, say different elements in the list based on some delimiters, then I can use this split. So just to understand, split will actually just split the a string into different elements in the list. Fine. We also have something called a split line. The slash n is nothing but it is a new line. If you want to split, say for example, I want to split this string into different elements, like what we did for this string. Let me copy this, put it here. Now I'm trying to split by lines. That is, the slash n is nothing but it's a new line. Let's go here and say split lines. Now if I run this, see, wherever the slash n is there, that will get splitted and it will give me a separate elements in the list. This is split lines. This is for just splitting based on the new line, whatever we have given here. Let's run this again. See, you get converted into different elements. Fine. Let's go here. Join. Join is actually not like the concatenate or anything. It is to join a character. So for example, I have a list here. I want to join a character or say separate this by some character. I have this ABC. I want to have A hyphen B hyphen C, or if you want A comma B comma C, I want to get a separate say string itself, because these are actually elements in the list or say tuples, but I want to bring this into one string. So for that, what I'll do, I'll take the character which I need to say join with the string. Say, let's go here, just take this one simple string. So S is nothing but the character which I need to combine, say join, and the sequence is nothing but I have these 3 elements here. Now if I say print s dot. S is nothing but the variable. I'll say join. So what should I join? I'll say this sequence. Let's run this. See, a hyphen b hyphen c. You can take anything. Say let's go here. I'll take this string itself, whatever we have this list here. Just copy this. I'll say str equals this one. Now let's say I'll take one character. I'll say chr equals semicolon. I want to join this complete list by using this semicolon. Say print chr dot say join and str. When I run this, see, the complete list is combined, say joined, by using this semicolon which was specified. So this is for join. Right. Next is replace. Replace means you're trying to replace a character or a word. I have a string. In that I need to replace something. So what we'll do, see, we have one string here. Let me copy this and I'll put it here. So this string, I want to replace some, say, word or character. So we can specify what is that I want to replace. I'll say replace with always. So it's a word or say character, whatever I need to replace. So here I need to replace a character which is there here in this with whatever string I'm specifying it. Let's say this is the string and I need to replace with the old say word or a character in this with the new word. So the syntax will be string replace new value old value with the new value. Let's go here and I'll say print str dot replace. In this string whatever is there, I'll say replace is with this whatever you have specified. You can directly specify here with the hard-coded value as well, or you can take a variable and you can do it as well. Let's run this and see. See, wherever is is there, everywhere it will replace with always. That means this replace will take the character or say word which has to be replaced with the old value with the new value. It is just to replace the values. You can specify how many words or say how many values I need to replace. Let's go here. I'll just put this comma. How many are there? Say is 1. Then here I have one more is here, one more is here. I'll say comma 2. Let me replace this. See, the one what you see here is not changed. Let's have we'll specify without this thing and one with the number. If you see here, see, always is replaced here, one more is replaced here, and one more is replaced here. But I mentioned 2 times, means 2 elements to be replaced, say 1 and 2. The third one is not replaced. Let me change this to 1. Say 1. Got replaced. Well, print str dot replace say is with, okay. this, and I'll say comma 1. Let's run this. See, only one is replaced. Rest all is not replaced. So you can specify how many times I need to replace this. Fine. Next one is make trans and translate. This is a little bit confusing. I'll just explain this first. The replace, what it will do, it will take one word and it will replace with the new word what we are specifying. But this make trans or say translate, what actually it will do is I can specify a list of characters to be replaced with the list of characters. That means, let's say here I have this AEIOU. One example I'm giving. That has to be replaced with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means wherever I find A, that should get replaced with 1. Wherever I find E, that means I have to replace with 2. Likewise. So what I have to do is first I have to make trans, means I have to assign this. In this case, what I'm trying to do, I have taken one variable in tab where it will be AEIOU. I've taken one more out tab, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll just say str.makeTrans. What will happen is it will just try to align all these values. Next, when I use this with one more function, that is translate, so what it will do is it will replace all the A here with 1, all the E with 2, then all the I with 3, then O with 4, and U with 5. Let's try this and see. Let me just take these two variables. So here I have this in tab which says AEIOU and out tab, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will run this. So now two variables are assigned, means the values are assigned to these two variables. Now I'll use this one more variable wherein I'll just make this transitions. Copy this and I'll put it here itself. So what this will do, the string whatever is there, you can take the string also here. Let me take this string. I'll put this string. So this is the string and this is in tab, out tab, and I'm just trying to make this trans by using this make trans. Next is I have to use this translate to display the values. Let's go here. I'll just copy this. I'll say this string, whatever string I'm giving here, I'm trying to translate with this tran tab variable. Let me run this. You can say this I has become 3. Wherever I you can see that has become 3. And then if you see this E has become 2. Likewise. So this one you can use to encode your say text or something, and you can replace all this. And then again you can reverse it. Same thing you can take and you can reverse this. Say for example, I'll just take the string equals, let me copy this string. Okay, fine. So this will be my string which is encoded. Then I'll take this in tab and out tab, but I'll reverse this time. So I'll go here, put it here, and I'll put this here. Now we'll take this, we'll assign this in tab and out tab by using this make trans, and then I will print this. Let's see what will happen now. See, I'll get back the result. So whenever you think that you want to encode something, you can have some secret codes like this. So you can have some, say characters like this, and then you can encode everything, all the characters, and you can send it to your say teammates or whatever you are working on the project. Then what you can do is you can use the same file and you can decode it by using this codes whatever you have planned, and then it'll get back this characters like this. So this again replacing multiple characters. So I can specify, say, what I need to have for A, B, C, D. You can have like that also. So you can have all this A, B, C, D up to Z, and you can jumble the characters, and then you can replace the characters, and then you can use it like decoding or encoding values. That is make trans and translate. Expand. Expand is nothing but it is about expanding, say, the text. We have a tab. When I say tab, let's say I'll just print it normally. Tab means it will give some tab space. Now if I print this, so print str, so run this. See, I'm getting a normal tab space here. Nothing much actually. Go here like this. You can see this. There is some space here like this. But I can expand this. Expand in the sense I can specify how many spaces I need. Let's go here. Say this is the default expand space. Copy this and I'll say print expand tabs. Let me execute this. See, you can see if I'm not specifying anything, I'm getting the same amount of space. But let me specify here. I'll go and I'll specify some 20. I'm specifying the number of spaces to be given in these tabs, where I'm specifying here as /t. Let's run this. See, it is giving me more space. That means I can specify if you want to have more, say, space, then I'll say specify. Let me make it as 8. See, the default is 8. Apart from that, if you want to extend more, then you can give something like this. It will give me space like this. That is if you want to expand based on this /t, that is nothing but the tab space. You can use this expand. Right. Next one are the information functions. Information means true or false, yes or no. Let's go here. I have a string. I need to check whether the string starts with specified text. I want to find all the names which are starting with A, or say starting with S, or ending with something. So if you have these kind of requirements, then I can use this function. That is starts with or ends with. Let's take this string. Taking this string, I want to check whether it is starting with ITAs. That is starts with. Let's go here. See, string dot starts with. This is true here. Let me run this. See, it is true. That means it is starting with ITAs. Now suppose if I give a caps here and then I'll run this, it says false. That means it is not matching. As I told you, they are case sensitive. Now I can specify a position as well, from where I need to search. Here it says 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or something. If you want to find this best from 8th position, I can specify that also. Now let's put it in the separate cell. I'm trying to find best from 8th position. If I say run, it says false. That means it is going out of it. Let me just take this, put it here, and I'll put best somewhere here. Say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 8. Put str 7 here and see it is starting from this position. So this has to match. Starts with means it has to exactly match from here, then only it will give me true. That means starts with from this position. It is saying yes, it is starting from west. So you can specify the position as well. Otherwise, if you want to check from beginning, then don't specify anything so that it will start from beginning here. Okay. Similarly, I have ends with. I want to check whether a character is ending with some characters. Let's say I want to check whether this string is ending with this exclamatory character. Same thing, I'll say print str dot ends with open bracket. I'll specify that character and let me execute this. See, saying true. Let me give one space here. Now let me run this. False. Here also you can specify the position. Right. Next one, what we see for few more say functions, they are for numbers or say alphanumerics. Now if you see this, here is say is all num. This is for checking whether it is alphabet with numbers. That is combination. I have a string here. It says this 2016. Here I have text as well as numbers. Let's say print str dot all num function. Let me run this. String object. What's that? Is all. Sorry. Let me run this. See, it is saying true. Let me just remove this and I'll run this. See, let me just put only text. Run this. True. That means it can have either text or numbers or combination. Now suppose if I have a space, this 2016. Now let me run this. See, it will not allow space. Special characters are not allowed. You can have only characters, only numbers, fine. But no special characters or say space or something. Right. Is alpha means only text. If you want to check if the given string is only text, say str equals, I'll type this print str dot alpha. Run this. It is true. Let me add a number for this. See, it will take only characters, no numbers allowed, no space allowed. See, so if you are checking some values wherein I need to get only the characters, then I can use this is alpha. Here I have something called as digit and numeric. Both are actually similar, so we'll work on both. If you want to get the values by numbers, say only numbers, then I can use this is digit or is numeric. Will work both together here only. Say print str dot is digit. Let's run this. See, it's a digit. Let's say is numeric. Run this. See, let's put one character. Run this. false. Give a space, run this, false. It won't take anything other than numbers. Let's scroll down. Next one. This is for the string, that is characters. If you want to know whether the text whatever we have, or say the string what we have, is the title is in title case, then I can use this is title. Say I'm having some data where I need to put this heading, then I need to have this all capital characters for every word. Then I'll be using this is title. This is to check whether it is right or wrong. Let's go here. I'll take one string here wherein all the first character of the word is caps. To check that, we'll use this, say print str dot is title. Let's run this. See, it is true. That means the purpose, or say the requirement, is fine, and the data is also fine. Suppose if something is like this. Now if I run this, see, it says false. That means there is something wrong, and we can go and we can check that. I can also use this for all uppercase. That is upper. We copy this, put it here. Here all are caps. Say print str dot is. This will give me true or false if all the characters are caps. All the characters should be caps. See, if one of the characters is small letter, it will throw error saying that it is false. Same thing applies to lower as well. Is lower. Let me just copy this, put it here. If I run this, it will give false because here its is caps. Let me make this small. Here A also should be small. So everything should be small letters. Now let's run this. It is true. Similarly, I have more other this thing also, like you can check upper, lower or something. Then if you want to check the space, that also you can do is space. If there is any space, then I can go here and I can use this space. This will work only for space. So I have space here. If I run this, it will say true. If you put any one character here, let's run this, it will say false. Right? So these are some of the text functions. So these text functions are actually used not only on text, for numbers also sometimes. There are so many functions. So for that reason, what I've done is I've prepared these notes so that you can go one by one. One is, let's recap this quickly, changing the cases, counting and finding the length, then finding the position by find and index. Then we also saw how to pad the strings, that is left side, right side, center or zero fill. Then we saw how to trim the values, that is by strip. Then we also saw about how to find maximum and minimum, and then splitting of the say string by using a specific character or by space. Then we saw how to join the characters, means how to join the list by using a specific character. Then how to replace, and how to replace by using make, trans and translate. Then we saw how to expand the tabs, then information functions. So these are some of the string functions.